Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Seb Watch, and today we are looking at some questions under polynomial. Now we are told to factorize x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now, anytime we hear the name factorize or we hear the word factorize, we know that we are taking common things out, right? We are taking common things out, or we are looking for numbers that we multiply to get a certain number. So we are using the same idea here. We are looking for expressions that we multiply to get this a very question that we have. So when we are given like this, what we do is that we take the constant and look for the factors of the constant. Then after we are done, we put each of the factors, both negative and positive of it, inside the expression for the one to give us zero. Because anytime we get zero, it means that that number is part of a factor. You understand? Okay. My sentences or my speech will look like it is confusing, but let's go straight into it so that you know what I mean. Now we know that we have 6 as our constant, so we'll find factors of 6, and that is 1, 2, 3, and 6 itself. So what we are going to do is that we are going to put in 1 in the statement and see what we'll get. After we don't if we get 0, fine, but if we don't get 0, we are going to put in negative 1 until by all means one of them will give us 0, and we will use that number and we continue solving our work. So let's start from 1. If we are lucky, the very first one can give us 0. So let's try 1. So it means that our f of 1 will be 1 cube minus 2 bracket 1 square minus 5x plus 6. So if I go forward to simplify, I'm going to get 1 minus 2 minus 5 plus 6, because I'm going to put 1 here as well. This side will also be 1. Okay, 1 multiplying. Okay, good. So minus 5 times 1 will be 5. Then I'll go ahead to say that 1 minus 2 minus 5 minus 6 is going to give us 0. Okay, now that we have 0, we know that x was 0. So we will state that s was equal to 1. Okay, sorry, s was equal to 1. That gives us the 0. So we will equate that expression to 0. Then we will equate the whole expression to 0. Then we will move the 1 to the other side. This is what I mean. I mean that we are going to get x being equal to 1, right? So we move 1 inside. Then we are going to get x minus 1 is equal to 0, which means that x minus 1 here is a factor of a true factor of the expression. So which means that this x minus 1, that's what we are going to use to divide so that we get the rest of the factors. So let's go straight into it. So we are going to use the division approach. So we are going to get x minus 1. Then we bring our long division. Don't mind my long division. So we are going to get x cubed minus 2x square minus 5x plus 6. Now, how do we do this division? What we do is that we divide the x cubed by the x. That's the first thing. We are going to get x squared. So up here, I'm going to get x squared. Then if I multiply x squared by x, I'm going to get x cubed again down here. Then if I multiply x squared by 1, I'm going to get minus x squared. Then from that, I put them in bracket. Then I subtract from the one another bracket. So if I subtract, I draw my line. This side will give me 0. Then this side will be, it will be minus 2 minus 1. And I'm going to get minus x over here. Okay, I'm going to get minus x. Now from there, I do the same minus x squared. Yes, I'll bring down this one first, minus 5x plus 6. Then I'll repeat the same thing I did at first. So I'll divide minus x squared by x, and I'm going to get minus x. Okay, if I multiply, I'm going to get minus x squared. Okay, then I multiply the minus x by minus 1. I'm going to get minus x. Then I will do the subtraction again. If I do subtraction, this side minus 5x minus x, that is going to give us minus 6x. Then I'll bring down plus 6 again. Okay, then from there I do the same thing again. Okay, so if I divide my minus 6x by x, I'm going to get minus 6. So I write my minus 6 up here. If I multiply, I'm going to get here minus 6x. Then I add my 6. Then I divide again. Yes, this side will give me 0, and this side will also give me 0. Okay, let me clean this side. Okay, so from there, what do I do again? From then, now that we have gotten 0, 0, we have seen that now that we have gotten 0, 0, it is clear that we have some of the factors, okay? Because the x minus 1 that we got over here, this one is a factor. So we have x minus 1 as a factor. Let me put it in brackets. Then we also have the one up here. That is x squared minus x minus 6 also as a factor. But this is a quadratic, and we can do something about the quadratic. We can break down the quadratic the quadratic again. So let's break down the quadratic. When we are solving this on the quadratic, we will look for two factors that we multiply to get 6 and we add to get 1. So these factors will be replaced by the x. Then we are going to get s squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. Then if I group them, I can factorize x out here. Then x minus 3 will be left over here. Then I close the bracket. Then this side too, I'm going to factorize plus 2 out. Then x minus 3 also will be here to close the bracket. So our final answer here will be x plus 2 and also x minus 3. That's the breakdown of it. But don't forget that we are having one factor here already. That is also x minus 1. So this means that our factors are x minus 1. We also have x plus 2 and also x minus 3. So this is how to find the factors of an expression. I hope you understood me clearly. If you have any question, let me know, okay, in the comment section. Thank you very much for paying attention. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Boach.